Your competitors with your exact problems are using AI agents and AI chatbots to automate their customer support, scale their conversions, and make their admin more efficient. While you continue to see the words AI chatbot and agent all over the internet and still don't know which one your business needs. These competitors are not technical. They don't have a technical co-founder, they did not watch 50 videos, and they are not smarter than you. But they did understand the four main differences between an AI chatbot and an AI agent, and that allowed them to make the decision of which one they need inside their business. Then they just went out and got someone to build it for them. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact four differences between an AI chatbot and an AI agent for business so that you can make the decision today. And by the way, my AI agency builds AI chatbots and AI agents for businesses like yours, so when you do make the decision, the link to book a call with me is in the description below. But to basically sum this video up, you need to understand one fundamental concept, and it's this. An AI chatbot is basically an advisor and an AI agent is an operator. The AI chatbot gives advice, the AI agent goes out and does stuff. Got that? Now I need you to remember that line because it will hold everything else that I tell you in this video. Now I come to the first difference. I've watched many business owners, especially online, spend a ton of money on AI systems, expecting them to essentially do the work for them in their business and free up tons of time. And essentially all they get is just a system that tells them what to do in slightly fancier language. Most of them feel like they got scammed, but really what they did is they just made the wrong purchase. They bought an advisor instead of an operator. The first difference, like I said, between an AI chatbot and an AI agent is which one actually takes an action. An AI chatbot does not take actions. It gives you advice. It tells you what to do. It helps you. It provides you with information. But an AI agent will show you how to solve the problem and will also be able to solve the problem for you. Picture a customer asking to book an appointment. An AI chatbot will show them exactly how, send them the link to the form, tell them the number that they have to call to book an appointment. But an AI agent will literally ask them what time they want to come in, check your calendar if that slot is free, return that information to them, and if it is, it will be able to book them into that specific slot. This matters a lot when you're making the decision whether you need an AI chatbot or an AI agent, and it's because when you do make that decision, you're either buying something that helps you with knowledge or you're buying something that helps you with action. If the thing slowing your business down, your employees down, or your customers down is they don't have enough information, enough answers as quick as possible, then an AI chatbot is the way to go. But if you're trying to automate tasks, you're trying to get stuff done and speed up processes, then an AI agent would be the better solution because it actually does stuff. And so the first difference between an AI chatbot and an AI agent is action. The AI chatbot tells you what to do, the AI agent actually does it. Now there's nothing more annoying than having to re-explain yourself to something or someone that you've already met. This is actually the main difference between your customers feeling known and valued by your business and feeling like a stranger every single time that they interact with your business. That matters a lot when you're choosing an AI chatbot or an AI agent to handle conversations with your customers, because the second difference between them is that an AI agent is able to hold memory for longer, and an AI chatbot usually only stores memory for a brief conversation or a shorter period of time. A chatbot's memory is mostly stuck inside one conversation. Once the chat is over, start a new conversation and essentially the context is refreshed. This means your customers are having to re-explain who they are, their preferences, their names, and other informational details related to the problem that the system is supposed to solve. An AI agent holds onto memory across conversations. It can remember what customers bought, the questions they asked, the problems that they talked about in previous conversations, and use those to make inferences on things that they should talk about in the current conversation. It can essentially pick up things right where they left off. But the one problem with this is it can get expensive very quickly, especially if it stores large pieces of context about conversations. This is because the AI then has to do a lot more work in returning conversations with users to remember what they talked about previously and to try to integrate all of that information into the current chat. So if you're trying to build a system that's just supposed to help users with simple FAQs and answer their questions, I wouldn't recommend having an AI agent for that. I'd recommend a chatbot because you really don't need to be pulling in context from old conversations into the current one. But if you're building a system for returning users, you don't want to make them feel like they're brand new every single time. If you use an AI agent, you can make them feel like they are already known when it says things like, hey, we talked about this last time, or last time you mentioned this, I'd like to follow up on it. And essentially that builds trust and builds conversions. It also feels quite human, which is really good for getting people to continue talking to whatever you built. It really depends on what your business is trying to achieve, but if you're trying to build something that people will be coming to, you'll want to use an AI agent to make sure you get that memory in. Repeat customers, follow-ups, ongoing support, all of that needs memory, so make sure you make the right choice. So like I said, the second difference between an AI chatbot and an AI agent is memory. Chatbots tend to forget and erase stuff after conversations, but AI agents are able to remember stuff across conversations and integrate them into each conversation to make it better. Now, most business owners think you have to tell AI exactly what to do every single time or else it just goes off the rails. And that's actually true for one of these most of the time. But for the other, you just have to prompt it once and it gets everything right. The third difference between an AI chatbot and an AI agent is customization, or how well it sticks to the things you tell it to do. An AI chatbot is fairly generic unless you prompt it every single time. Left on its own, it doesn't necessarily know your brand voice or your way of doing things, and so you have to keep prompting it repetitively. But an AI agent, you just prompt once, you set it up with its way of talking, your brand voice, its way of designing, its way of doing research, and it just goes out and keeps that consistency every single time it does that task or interacts with a user. Essentially, a properly built AI agent applies your brand's voice and rules to every single conversation that it goes into, without you re-explaining every single time. This matters because uniqueness and consistency in this uniqueness is what makes your business actually stand out. You don't want your AI chatbot telling users different things or talking in different ways to different people. And so an AI agent will allow you to align its behavior on brand every single time. And so the third difference between an AI agent and an AI chatbot is customization. An AI chatbot essentially needs steering every single time, but an AI agent is able to follow the rules that you set once onwards. Now, this last difference is the one that's most overlooked by business owners, but it's actually one of the most profitable ones. The fourth difference between an AI chatbot and an AI agent is multi-step work. An AI chatbot gives you one response, one answer, one process. If a job has 5 steps, an AI chatbot might just give you one of them and then leave you to do the rest, or it might give you a walkthrough of all the steps and then leave you to carry them out on your own. An AI agent, on the other hand, plans, uses tools, checks its work, and keeps going until the task is finished. It can essentially move through a full process from start to end without stopping after every single stage. Take an abandoned cart on your store, your online store. An AI chatbot might detect that and send a message to the user, but an AI agent would do the same, detect that, send a message, realize that the user hasn't replied after 3 days, send another follow-up, perhaps then move them to a different part of the CRM, and then maybe follow up 2 weeks later, and then do something else after that. So it essentially takes the entire process and makes sure to do every single step. And it can do this using multiple tools. So it might send them an email and then edit your CRM and then send them an SMS and then do something else. You essentially connect the tools that you want to the AI agent, build a clear workflow for it to go through, and it will execute. But if you have a simpler task that you're trying to get it to do, such as relay some information, perhaps help the user with specific steps, then an AI chatbot can actually work for this because it won't need any tools, for one, and for two, the process will probably be simple. But when we look at AI chat systems for admin, the work that drains your team is rarely just information based. It's whole processes that they have to do again and again and again on a daily or weekly basis. And that's when an AI agent becomes really powerful and really profitable for your business because it can save literally hours every single week. And so the fourth difference between an AI chatbot and an AI agent is multi-step work. Like I said, an AI chatbot essentially helps you with one step of the process, usually information-based, but an AI agent would be able to do every single task in the process as long as it's well constructed. Now here's the dead simple question you can literally run on any task in your business to determine whether it needs an AI chatbot or an AI agent to sort out. Does finishing this task require touching another system? And is this task a multi-step process? If the answer is no, if it's just delivering information, then an AI chatbot is almost always the cleaner, cheaper, and more efficient option to choose. If the answer is yes, if it has to write into your CRM, book into your calendar, perhaps edit something in a database, then the best option to choose would be an AI agent, especially if this task is one that's very repetitive. That's when an AI agent becomes extremely powerful. So real quick, answering FAQs, helping people, providing information, drafting documents, that's an AI chatbot. Those are information-based tasks, tasks around thinking, capturing leads, qualifying them, changing things in your CRM, creating events. Those are doing tasks. Those for AI agents. Now, I know right now you're probably thinking AI agents sound way more appealing for my business, but before you go ahead and just spatter your business with AI agents, I want you to consider these two important things that most people do not tell you. Number one is that an AI agent's biggest asset, the fact that it can do tasks, is also its biggest risk. The reason for this is that with an AI chatbot, if it gives a wrong answer, it's just a wrong answer. Nothing else happens. But if an AI agent does something wrong, it can have a whole domino effect on your business and cause extremely bad results. This is because AI agents are usually involved in multi-step workflows, and so when they mess up in step 1 or step 2, it can have a ripple effect on everything else that happens afterwards. Not good. This is exactly why the rules, permissions, and setup of your AI agent is extremely important, and you want to make sure you either know exactly what you're doing or you pay someone who knows exactly what they're doing to help you set it up. But when you do get it right and you do it properly, it's extremely worth it. The second thing that you need to consider is this. Most of the AI agent hype that you see online is about fully autonomous agents running your entire marketing team, doing your entire finance and stuff like that. And yes, it is possible to build stuff like that, but you need to actually think with common sense and realize that in most cases, business is constantly changing, your business is constantly changing. Things come up that you can't fully include in your AI chatbot's rules or plans. What I mean by this is sometimes you need more creativity, you need someone to do something that's a little out of the rules for the benefit of the business, and you just need a bit of human. That's exactly what these systems remove. And so all this hype about building like full teams with AI agents is something that I just want you to tone down a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying the biggest businesses in the world still have full human marketing teams. They do have AI agents within those teams doing specific tasks and helping with the repetitive work like I've spoken about. But at the end of the day, the team is still mostly human. So now that you know the 4 differences, you can probably start to get a feel of which one your business needs in specific places. And the good news for you is you don't have to go out and be technical and watch hundreds of YouTube videos to learn how to build all of these yourself. My AI agency, Ivy Flow AI, builds AI agents and AI chatbots for businesses like yours. And we don't just build them and hand them over, but we actually integrate them into the platforms that you and your customers already use and love. Your CRM, your website, and the channels that your customers love talking on, such as WhatsApp and Instagram. So book a call with me using the link in the video description below, and let's talk about exactly what your business needs and how we can get it done for you.